Hey K-popers, welcome back to Hallyu and welcome back to a brand new K-pop news roundup. It has been an explosive week in K-pop and we need to talk about it, so let's jump right in and get you caught up on everything that you need to know. This is your K-pop news roundup for July 5th, 2020. Okay, we absolutely need to start by discussing the shocking revelations surrounding AOA's Mina. Guys, I'm going to give you a trigger warning right now. I've been following K-pop since 2011 and I have never been so shaken to my core and affected by a scandal or tragedy than I have been with this development. It is insane. It all started on July 3rd when Mina took to Instagram sharing a screenshot of a message sent to her which had profanity in it and told her to get lost. Following that, she began a series of posts that detailed horrific treatment and bullying that continued throughout her time in AOA. In one of the follow-up posts, she called out Jimin as the culprit who had been treating her so awfully. This shattered Mina's psyche, and it pushed her to frequent thoughts of self-harm. I'm not going to cover the specifics that she discusses because they're absolutely heartbreaking and disturbingly raw and personal, and the details are out there online if you so choose to read them. Anyways, Jimin responded to the original post by posting an IG story with a single word, fiction. Then she deleted the post, but obviously Mina took exception to the cold, callous, and childish response in another heart-wrenching post. Shortly thereafter, her agency, Uri Actors, made a statement that she was with friends and acquaintances who were taking care of her. Not long after that, all AOA members, including Jimin, went to Mina's house, and Mina talked to them and Jimin specifically about everything that had happened over the years. According to Mina, the discussion was very tense and toxic to start. Jimin even asked where the knives were and said, "Is it enough if I die?" Eventually though, Jimin did apologize despite telling Mina she didn't remember a lot of the individual events. Jimin then posted a brief apology on Instagram, but the post was mostly about how she failed the group as a leader, not specifically about her treatment of Mina. Mina responded with a very upsetting post that has since been deleted, which came off like a letter of defeat and a goodbye. On July 4th, FNC Entertainment announced that Jimin had left AOA, leaving the group in limbo. It's hard to imagine AOA ever promoting again, and it's a horrible way for the group to end if that's the case. Now there's obviously a lot going on here and we don't know everything, but I sincerely hope this is now over and that Mina has friends and family surrounding her with support and help as she finds some inner peace. Alright, after that mini deep dive, let's try to move on to some more news. Day6's Jay also found himself at the center of a bout with JYP Entertainment this week. On June 29th, Jay spoke out on Twitter about his personal content, including podcasts, not getting promoted despite other members getting promotion. The next day though, he tweeted a clarification, apologizing for raising concerns about his personal problems. However, many fans are speculating this post was forced by JYP, as the exact same statement was made by Eric Nam in an issue he had with his label. One day later, on July 1st, JYP Entertainment apologized to Jay and My Day for the lack of promotion and any other misunderstandings they had. Then, thankfully, the issue was resolved on July 3rd when JYP finally followed through and promoted Jay's podcast content on Twitter. It's good to see that JYP actually acknowledged the shortcoming and acted to fix it, but it does feel like this whole fiasco could have just been avoided in the first place. Now, Blackpink has had quite the week of success with How You Like That. The pre-release single broke the 24-hour view record on YouTube with 86.3 million views. It also smashed the record for time to hit 10 million likes, doing so in just 2 days. The previous record was 41 days, held by Camila Cabello for Señorita. They also earned a perfect all-kill, joining IU and Zico as the only artists to earn one this year so far. Considering the song is a pre-release single, the amount of success it's had in the first week is unbelievable. The late Guhara's ex-boyfriend Choi Jung-boom had his appeal trial this week and he was sentenced to 1 year in prison. Many people are upset with how short the sentence is, since among the smaller charges against him was a more serious charge for, quote, illegal footage filming, which I'm sure you guys can figure out what that means. Alright, after all that news, let's brighten the mood with some new comebacks from the past week. Third Eye is back with a new song called Yes Sir. AB6's comeback The Answer is here, which interestingly still has a lot of footage of Youngmin in it. Mamamoo's Hwasa dropped a new solo album with the title track Maria. Speaking of soloists, Sunmi is also back with a new song called Pora Pit Pam. A brand new girl group called Weekly debuted this week with Tag Me. Shin Young-jae of 4Men has released the song First Line. If that name sounds familiar, it should. He was in this week's Deep Dive. Boy group Very Very has a new song called Thunder. And last but not least, Zico is back with Summer Hate, a song featuring Rain. There were of course lots of other songs released this week, so share the new music you've got on repeat in the comments. In other news, Momoland has donated female hygiene products to girls in need in the Yeongdongpo district of Seoul. It's really impressive from the members, as they're donating money even when they themselves haven't earned that much money yet as a group. As we saw earlier, Hwasa had a new solo album this week, and it has been incredibly successful. She became the first female soloist from Korea to hit #1 on the iTunes US album charts. EXO's Baekhyun passed the 1 million sales mark for his mini-album Delight. This makes him only the second soloist to ever reach that milestone, with the other soloist being first-generation superstar So Tae-ji. Speaking of EXO, Kai is finally getting a solo debut. He's expected to release some new solo music in the second half of the year. Irene and Seulgi are planning on having their first performance of Monster streamed live from SM's The Stage, and it'll be viewable on YouTube as well as Naver TV. In a somewhat predictable development, they're also going to be the next guests on Yeri's Room. SM seems to really be committing to promoting the subunit heavily, which is great, but my only issue is that they didn't name the subunit Serene, which would have been perfect. A new government guideline now bans idols under the age of 19 from streaming past 10 PM. This law was actually already in effect for TV shoots and other similar broadcasts, but now it's going to include things like VLive as well. 17's latest album has hit #1 on the Oricon Weekly album chart, making it their third consecutive album to do so. They're the first foreign male artist to accomplish this in the 42-year history of the chart. Twice has broken Gowon's album sales record for girl groups. Their latest album, More and More, has sold over 563,000 copies. Some good news came out this week for fans of Pristin, as it was announced that ex-member Park Shi-yeon has signed under a new agency called Sooyeongang Entertainment. Sally of Gugudan is going to be debuting in a new girl group in China. She came in 6th on a survival show called Produce Camp 2020, receiving 98 million votes. Lastly, Stray Kids released a statement this week in support of Black Lives Matter. They also apologized for any past cultural appropriation that they may have had in previous releases. Now, on to the weekend music shows. This week, 17 picked up where IZ*ONE left off. The IZ*ONE did start the week with their 7th straight win on the show. 17 took their first win for Left and Right on M Countdown, followed by 3 more wins. By the end of the week though, Blackpink's SNS dominance finally came through, and they took their first win for How You Like That on Inkigayo. Will 17's momentum carry them to more wins next week, or will other new music take over? Let me know what you guys think's gonna happen in the comments. Alright K-popers, you're officially caught up. Let me know what news caught your eye this week. Thanks very much for watching guys, and be sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss out on any future news. I also have a Patreon link below, so if you want to be an honorary producer in my videos, get personalized video messages from me, or even have a deep dive of your own, you can support my work there. Thanks once again guys, and I'll see you on Wednesday where I'll dive into a group who rose up from the ashes like a phoenix to become a K-pop sensation.